There are cars that become popular, cars that become successful, and then there are cars that completely change the way people think about automobiles. The Citroen DS belongs to that rare group. Even today, decades after it first appeared, it still looks like something that arrived from the future. And among the many versions of this legendary machine, the 1965 Citroen DS21 stands as one of the most fascinating expressions of automotive innovation ever created. Imagine the world of motoring during the middle of the 20th century. Roads were filled with cars that followed familiar formulas. Most vehicles looked similar, drove similarly, and rarely challenged expectations. Then Citroën unveiled the DS, and everything changed. People gathered around it in disbelief. Some admired it, some questioned it, but nobody ignored it. It was a car that seemed years ahead of its time, a rolling vision of what the future could be. By the time the DS21 arrived, the model had already earned a reputation as one of the most advanced automobiles in the world. Yet Citroën was never satisfied with standing still. The company continued refining its masterpiece, making it more powerful, more comfortable, and even more sophisticated. The result was a car that combined futuristic engineering with elegant French style in a way few manufacturers could match. One look at the DS21, and it becomes clear why it remains an icon. The body flows like sculpture rather than traditional automotive design. Every curve appears purposeful, every line smooth and graceful. The front stretches forward with confidence, while the roof seems to float effortlessly above the cabin. Even parked, the car gives the impression that it is moving. What makes the design even more remarkable is how modern it still feels. Many cars from its era immediately reveal their age, but the DS carries a timeless quality. Its aerodynamic shape was not merely about appearance. Citroën's engineers wanted efficiency, stability, and comfort. Long before aerodynamic design became a major industry focus, the DS was already demonstrating its advantages. As the camera glides around the vehicle, details begin to reveal themselves. The elegant chrome accents catch the light without overwhelming the design. The narrow pillars create a sense of openness. The proportions feel balanced and sophisticated. Everything works together to create an automobile that looks more like industrial art than transportation. Opening the door introduces another chapter of the story. The interior reflects a completely different philosophy from many of its competitors. Rather than filling the cabin with unnecessary complexity, Citroën focused on creating a comfortable environment where the driver and passengers could relax. The seats are inviting and soft, designed for long journeys rather than aggressive driving. Visibility is excellent, thanks to the generous glass area surrounding the cabin. Sunlight fills the interior, creating an airy atmosphere that feels welcoming and calm. Then there is the dashboard. Even today, it looks unconventional. The steering wheel immediately attracts attention with its distinctive single-spoke design, something that became one of the car's most recognizable features. It was not created merely to look different. Citroën believed every element should serve a purpose, and the steering wheel reflected that philosophy. Sitting behind it feels special. There's a sense that you are operating something engineered with imagination rather than tradition. Every control, every surface, every detail reminds you that this car was designed by people willing to challenge accepted norms. But the true magic of the DS21 begins when the engine starts and the suspension comes alive. This is the moment where the car reveals what made it legendary. One of the most famous features of the DS was its hydropneumatic suspension system. For many drivers of the era, experiencing it for the first time felt almost unbelievable. As the system pressurized, the car would gently rise to its proper ride height, creating a dramatic scene unlike anything offered by conventional automobiles. Watching the car lift itself from rest was impressive. Driving it was even more remarkable. The ride quality became the stuff of automotive legend. Roads that unsettled other vehicles seemed to disappear beneath the DS. Bumps, imperfections, and rough surfaces were absorbed with extraordinary composure. Passengers often described the sensation as floating rather than driving. On long journeys, this characteristic transformed the entire experience. Fatigue was reduced, comfort was increased, and travel became something to enjoy rather than endure. It was luxury achieved through engineering rather than excess. Under the hood, the DS21 brought an increase in performance compared with earlier versions. The engine provided stronger power delivery and greater flexibility, making the car more capable on highways and open roads. It was not a sports car designed to dominate race circuits. Instead, it delivered smooth and confident performance that perfectly matched the car's character. Acceleration felt effortless rather than aggressive. Cruising speeds arrived comfortably. The engine worked in harmony with the suspension and chassis, creating a balanced driving experience centered around refinement. Behind the wheel, the DS encouraged a different relationship with driving. Rather than rushing from one destination to another, it invited drivers to appreciate the journey itself. The steering, the comfort, and the unique sensation of the suspension created an experience unlike almost anything else on the road. This distinctive character helped the DS earn admiration for politicians, artists, engineers, and everyday motorists alike. It became more than a car. It became a symbol of innovation and confidence. It represented the belief that automobiles could be smarter, more comfortable, and more imaginative. Of course, such advanced engineering came at a price. The DS was never intended to be an inexpensive automobile. It occupied a premium position in the market, reflecting the sophisticated technology hidden beneath its elegant bodywork. Buyers paid for innovation, comfort, and exclusivity. Yet many owners believed the experience justified the cost. Few competitors could offer the same combination of futuristic design, engineering brilliance, and remarkable ride quality. The DS stood in a category of its own. When compared with luxury sedans from Germany, Britain, or America, the differences became obvious. Rival manufacturers often focused on tradition, prestige, or raw power. Citroën pursued a completely different vision. The company prioritized creativity, engineering solutions, and passenger comfort. Some competitors may have delivered stronger performance or more conventional luxury, but none felt quite as revolutionary. The DS challenged expectations at every turn. It asked a simple question: why follow established rules when better solutions might exist? That mindset is a major reason why the car remains celebrated today. Modern vehicles feature technologies that were once considered groundbreaking. Yet decades earlier, the DS was already exploring ideas that seemed impossibly advanced for its time. Collectors admire it. Designers study it. Engineers respect it. Automotive enthusiasts continue to speak about it with genuine affection. Very few vehicles manage to leave such a lasting impact across generations. Looking at the 1965 Citroën DS21 today, it feels less like a classic car and more like a glimpse into an alternative future. It represents a moment when creativity and courage shaped automotive design in extraordinary ways. It reminds us that progress often comes from those willing to think differently. Even after all these years, the DS still turns heads. It still sparks curiosity. It still inspires conversations. And perhaps that is the greatest achievement any automobile can claim. Long after its production ended, it continues to make people feel something. The Citroën DS21 was never just about transportation. It was about imagination. It was about challenging convention. It was about proving that a car could be elegant, innovative, comfortable, and unforgettable all at once. And as we reach the end of this journey, one thing becomes clear. The DS remains one of the most remarkable automotive creations ever built, a machine that transformed expectations and left an enduring mark on history. If you enjoyed exploring this timeless masterpiece with us, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments below. We would love to hear which classic car you believe was most ahead of its time.